Are you finding it difficult to sleep through the night without getting up to go and pee? Are you going multiple times? Do you find that during the day also, when you do need to pee, suddenly it's really urgent? Especially as you're getting older, you start finding this is very common. And there are a number of reasons for this, and there's one in particular that I want to talk about in this video because this could change your life. Now, a lot of people will say it's a prostate issue, but that can't always be, because this may come as a surprise to you, but half of the people on this planet do not have a prostate gland. Okay, women don't have a prostate, and they also have issues with desperately needing to go and pee way more often than they used to. In their case, it's definitely not prostate. If you're a man, it might be your prostate, or it might not be. It might be one of the other causes. So I've done a video on prostate issues and why sometimes your prostate causes you to want to go and pee a lot, and I'm going to link that video up here somewhere afterwards, and I'm also going to put a link to it in the notes below this video so that if you're a man and you're peeing a lot, especially at night, go and watch that one, because that might be something that affects you. If it's not your prostate, it might also be vitamin B1, okay? So let's just get this one out of the way as well. Otherwise known as thiamine. Vitamin B1 is thiamine, and we do tend very often to be a little deficient in thiamine, and thiamine has a very important role in the controlling of your smooth muscle fibers. And your smooth muscle fibers are the ones that you don't control voluntarily. They kind of operate by themselves in your gut, in your stomach, and in your bladder. So I'm also linking a video about thiamine or vitamin B1 down below here. Right, there is something else. There is something else that happens. And did I just mention that the bladder has muscle in it? It is muscle. It's muscle tissue. It's smooth muscle tissue. And one of the things that happens to us as we get older is our muscles start to shrink. Okay, that is known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the shrinking of muscle with age, unless you use the muscle. So there are a lot of reasons why as you get older, it's really important to keep doing exercise, particularly resistance exercise, like weights or body weight exercises, to stop those muscles shrinking away. But we have muscles in our body that we don't see. Our heart is a perfect example, and we end up with a weak heart. But our bladder is a muscle. So as your bladder weakens as you get older, so it loses the ability to hold the same volume of urine that it used to hold, because it's just too heavy. It's just too much. And your signals go through your nervous system to your brain and say, you need to unload the bladder, you need to go and pee, and it's urgent. And if you don't go, the muscle is going to collapse, it's just going to give up and collapse, and you're just going to pee. So you are desperate all of a sudden to get to the loo. So what do you do about that? This is very simple to address. Very, very simple Kegel type exercise that will re-strengthen your bladder and retrain your bladder to be able to cope with the volume of urine that you used to cope with, so that you can go longer between pees and you can sleep better through the night. And you can do it sitting in a chair. I can do it right now. You can do it lying in your bed, whenever you think about it, and do it as often as you remember to do it. Just do it. So now you have to imagine that you need a pee, okay? And what do you do to try and hold it in? You kind of, yeah, I'm doing it now. You will know what this means. This is, do the thing in your gut area and around your groin and your hips. Do the thing that you do when you're trying to not pee. Okay, I'm doing it now. That is exercising the muscles around the bladder and the bladder itself. It's not even difficult. There we go. It's almost like trying to hold a pee. I don't need a pee. I don't need one right now. So if you do that on a regular basis, you will re-strengthen and retrain your bladder to be able to hold more urine than it is doing at the moment. It's that simple. As I said, it may be a prostate issue, which is really more it's a hormonal issue. But go and have a look at that one. If you're a man and you're having issues with needing to pee too often or struggling to pee, and it may be a vitamin B1, there's a video about that. Or it may just be that your bladder is getting weaker and a little bit floppy. It's not as strong as it was. It's not holding the volume it used to hold. These are very easy things to fix. It's not because you have any dread disease or anything horrific going on. You're just getting a little bit older. Deal with it. All right, that's it from me. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I hope this video is going to help you. Share it with people you know who do have this issue and seem to need to go and pee all the time. It's really easy to fix.